In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the eraser tool to crop out images. First thing that you always want to do is make sure that you can edit the image that you're working on so that I can actually crop it out. So I'm going to come to the Layers palette. And in the Layers palette, when I check my layer, we can see that it has the icon indicating that it is a smart object. It has that little symbol in the bottom right corner of the thumbnail. So all I need to do is right-click onto the title, come down to rasterize layer, and it's removed that. Now I can make edits to it. So the next thing that'll make this easier is making sure that I can tell when I've cropped something out. So I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to drag that layer underneath the things that I want to crop. And I'm going to get my paintbrush or my paint bucket tool. I'm going to get some obnoxious color like violet, and I'm going to pour it into the background. You can see now the background is completely violet. So once I crop things out, it'll be very clear to see what is there and what is not. Next thing is to start actually using the eraser tool. In our layers palette, kind of a little further down, there is this eraser symbol. It comes in a couple of different ones, but they're all keyed to E. So I'm going to use the eraser tool. So I have the clearest amount of accuracy. Notice that the eraser tool kind of looks like a brush, and it'll function a little bit like a brush. I'm going to make sure. Let's make sure that I'm on the right layer. See? So that I'm erasing the right thing. I was about to erase the background. But we can see in the properties bar how the eraser is functioning. Right now, it is shaped like these circular ones, but I could come down and change it to some other thing. Right now, it has a soft edge, so it's fuzzy, instead of a sharp edge. I kind of like the sharp edge because then I know that I'm going to be erasing really cleanly. I can change the size by scrolling this or by typing in specifically. And I can change the hardness, which means how sharp or how soft the edge is. Right now, you can also see that it has a really sharp edge, but it also has an opacity of 54%, meaning that it erases only a little bit, or 54% of what is there. I have it at 100, takes everything away in one go. If I put it down to 17, it only takes a little at a time. So I think I want to keep it at 100. And what I like doing is I change the hardness down just a little bit so that it has a little bit of a soft edge. That soft edge will make it feel a little blurry at the edges so it doesn't feel so cleanly cut out and unnaturally cleanly cut out. If I hold down the space bar, I can move my canvas around so I can see where I'm cropping. So I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to start erasing. First thing that I think is smart to do is I'm going to remove a lot. I like to edge the design. So what that means is I'm going to get close to my object. I'm going to get my eraser. And right now it is really big. So big that it's removing so much at a time. And it's hard to get into these small sections. So what I'm going to do is at the top, I can make the brush a little bit smaller. Or I can use the left and right bracket keys to size up and down my brush. Notice that I made it really small, or I can make it really big. Smart idea is to use whatever gives you the most amount of accuracy while removing the most amount of what you need. So find a good balance for you, and you might have to change the shape of the brush to be able to fit, like I want to in this one, a little bit smoother. And then size back up whenever you need. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to erase this. And then once I have all the outside part erased, I'm going to erase the leftover bits that are on the edges. So we can speed up the video now. So there you go. You can see that I have went through and cropped out a whole lot of the fine detail around it. But the problem with the eraser tool is that although you can get a lot of detail in getting small and larger versions of the eraser to get close to it, you still have all this extra area outside. That's where it's good to size up your brush by using the left and right bracket keys above the enter area, or you can go up to the properties at the top and you can change the size of the brush. I like memorizing the keys because I think it makes my workflow go quicker, but use whichever method you like. Make sure that when you do this process that you're careful and that you don't accidentally go too far and erase something you don't. If you accidentally erase something that you don't want to erase, you can come up to the top in Edit and then go to Undo things. You can also go to Command Z, which is the hotkey for undoing. So I'm going to finish up cleaning up all this, making sure that I have no more background. And I'll reconvene in just a moment. And there you go. It's fully cropped out, and we can see if I zoom in that I have no little leftover white spots that indicate that the background was there at all. So make sure that you do a clean pass. Make sure that you check it. If there's any little spots like there is right here, that you switch over to your eraser and you clean those up so that they don't somehow distract from your overall design. And then you can turn off your crop layer and use your asset in the way that you want to.